Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Today's poem is called Compassion. I know you can't see the title, I had to crop it out so that you could see the entire poem instead. Speaking of, I want to just get right into it. The first stanza reads: Passion feels like purpose running through my veins, but balance feels like the steadiness of my bones. Passion feels like your feet are rockets and you're just flying through the air. However, being human, you need to come back on the ground, ground yourself, come back to earth, right? Hence why balance is so important because it reminds you of the solidness of your bones and how necessary that is. And as much as passion is pushing me to fulfill my purpose, which is share poetry and pursue this journey of being a poet, where I feel like every time I talk, I feel the heat in the blood through my veins. I know I need to stop creating sooner or later and either be a consumer rather than a creator or just do something else, right? Hence where the balance comes in. Because as much as I just wanna every single day poetry, 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 there is more to life. Spend time slowly and it'll be soothing. I like this line, it's simple. And time, especially when it moves slowly, it's healing, hence the whole time heals. Sometimes all you need is time to yourself, with yourself, to really feel soothed. Maybe you just sleep, Maybe you just need time to sleep. No need to be patient for the big moments when you can be present in the small ones. Like I am right now, I'm not experiencing a million, well, a million likes or comments, or it's a very intimate experience of making these videos and sharing them. And I'm kind of glad that I haven't blown up yet. I am glad that I'm having this experience of just being present, and not being like, oh, I have so many subscribers who are expecting this and this from me, and I'm always brainstorming and I'm always feeling like the pressure. I can just be present right now and just be like, oh, I'm talking to myself really right now, not really talking to anybody else. Gratitude overflows when you realize that life's simplicity doesn't make it less lively. I think we expect life to be a roller coaster for us to feel alive, but trust me, talking to yourself at 10 minutes to 2 in the morning, I feel alive. And I'm so grateful that I have access to this platform, and it's such a great opportunity for me to just share parts of myself. And it reminds me right now, reading this, I'm reminded to be grateful. Limitless love feels liberating in my heart, but self-discipline builds structure in my brain. I don't know if any of y'all have had toxic relationships where there's no boundaries and you feel like you can be whoever and do whatever, and you're like, oh, this is freedom. However, it's usually short lived, whereas self discipline helps you build a structure that is long term. Just structure in your life will always create something long term for you. And consistency leads to comfort in my mind, and clarity feels calming in my head. Consistency, in the sense for me, is consistent acts of self love. Because it's so easy to be comforted by a consistent good morning text from someone else, but if you wake up every morning and journal and talk to yourself, that can also be just as comforting. Sorry. Or if you're not big on journaling, just something else that you can consistently do to show yourself love, sort of like a commitment to yourself. And it makes you feel clarity as to the life you're living. So instead of seeking clarity from someone else, you can seek it from yourself. And it's very calming because you know you won't disappoint yourself. Whereas leaving it in someone else's hand to provide you with clarity, they can easily take away your calmness. Fulfillment feels fueling to my spirit, but stillness is sound to my senses. Right now, I I do feel it. The fulfillment. Yes. My spirit is very happy, but I know the minute I stop talking and stop recording, just listening to the silence, the stillness of it all, it's gonna ground me. Sound to my senses. Kindness feels soft to my soul. Playfulness is safe to to myself. Oh my god. I'm rushing. Laughter feels light in my body. I like the fourth line because I'm thinking about how children usually play in areas where they feel safe, right? And right now, like, for example, in my second video, in the beginning, I was like singing, but I can't sing. I was reading my poem, but I was singing it. And it was just me having fun because I feel so safe. Nobody's said anything bad to me. I haven't received any sort of hate, and this platform feels safe. And I'm being kind to myself by allowing myself to read this with no script. I'm just, it feels very soft rather than strict. And laughter feels light in my body. Cause it's not only the intense things that we can find enjoyment in. Something as light as laughter sometimes is all that you need. Um Going back to the fourth line, I really like it. Even animals, I know certain animals don't fully express certain things about themselves, either be it like sounds or the things they do in places that are unsafe. And I'm just so happy that I'm having fun with my craft currently. The way I'm interpreting it, the way I am just experiencing it with myself. It is fun and I feel safe to do so. Sometimes I make good choices. Writing this poem was one of them, and surprise myself in the process. Because what do you mean I am recording this 2 a.m.? What? Life is as full of surprises as surprises are full of life. This last line is not my line, actually. It is a line that someone added after reading my poem, and I was like, oh my god, I love it. I have to add it. And they're like, it's yours. And I was like, oh, thank you. And so now I guess it's ours if you're reading this, because, you know, I'm sharing this with all of y'all. Why am I making it awkward? Anyway, let me just go. But before I do, please like or share this with someone who you think might like it if that person isn't you. Um, if you want to hear more poems from me or read or see them, subscribe and leave a comment telling me what your favorite line is and just what you think overall. Thank you for being here. Bye.